Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, yeah, last night we had a big dinner, so we really can't do much. We have nowhere near digested it. It's been less than 6 hours since we ate dinner with the entire family. So, to celebrate Chinese New Year or something like that. So, yeah, we really cannot, like, one, we can't do the stairs because we are like full, and also on a treadmill. The best we can do is walk slowly and have a lot of defenses. That's about it. And you guys can, yeah, maybe we can go slightly faster though. Not really. We're just gonna have to babysit this thing. We could try walking faster speed, but yeah, we literally cannot really do too much cardio considering we ate lots of food. Okay, wait. If I go any faster, I don't think our stomach can handle it. No, not really. It looks like Overwatch like this is gonna work, but very quiet compilation. Don't worry, I didn't figure how to speak. There's, there's nothing to speak of. Yeah, there's like really nothing to say. I think it's because, yeah, we were like basically half asleep on a treadmill, and then, yeah, we ate a lot of food last night, so we're kind of just chill. We ate so much meat yesterday. Yeah, there's not really any topics to talk about. All I know is that today is, dude, there is so many things to edit today. We've got the Earth vlog. We've got the DGI. I've also got to edit art. It's only like four things, but that's like nearly 7, 8 hours of editing stuff. No, it's gonna it's gonna take some time to edit in, but it's alright. Didn't stream any art yesterday. Couldn't. We had that family dinner thing. And right now, golden hour is pretty much here. I mean, there's only like three people here. Four, that's three. Oh, there's only like three people here. Yes, nothing else to talk about today. It's kind of just my bad. Probably gonna have to recover with the story video again. So yeah, yesterday we lost like 30 minutes of footage because I accidentally formatted the SSD without checking the actual files. So I'll learn from my mistakes. Is there anything else there to say? Really? No idea. Absolutely no idea what else there is to say. I mean, everything's kind of just clockwork today. Chest. Okay, the cardio wasn't the best, but cardio, chest, armbar, attack, and they're not too not too far away, but the outside. Does that make sense? No, because I'm pretty sure I just mixed up some other game. Okay, chest day is like kind of just also a blur, just done. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. There's really just nothing to say today. It must be because we ate lots of food last night and slept late, and yeah, that's really about it. Ain't really much else left to say. Everything's kind of just doing fine. You know, lots of lots of content being ready to be edited, and what else is there? We must be like 73 kgs or something. We might be 73. Joking. Maybe actually. You never know. So when we eat such a huge dinner, what does that mean for the rest of the day? Well, that means obviously we're going to be lowering calories, but we're not going to go fully fast because last night's dinner, the carb count was definitely way too low. It's mainly just meat and fats and sugar. Well, not sugar, but yeah, it was like a lot of sugar. Yeah, so it's like a mix, you know? Because not only did we eat our 1,300 calorie meal, we also ate that dinner. So based on that dinner, it was a lot of like fatty meats. So, but it wasn't like in high protein. So we're going to continue eating meat today, and we're also going to continue eating the veggies, and we're also going to continue eating the rice, or eating some form of carbs. And yeah, that's about it. Because technically, even though we ate extra food last night, the carb count was pretty much nothing, and we do need carbs. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's a lot of content to edit today. A lot of content. Oh yeah, we drank a lot of water, so we might as well go check the weight after this. But yeah, editing's gonna take a lot longer now because when it comes to crystal, oh, sorry, when it comes to art, I'm trying a new method of uploading. So instead of doing like a episode and re-uploading it, I'm gonna do highlights. So the stream itself is gonna be the episode because I talk so much and I barely edited that. And in the highlights, it'll be the highlights. It's kind of like F1. I copied F1, not copied, but you know how F1 races are like hours long, but the highlights are like short. Right, let's go check the weight, shall we? We're definitely gonna be like around 4.5s. We're definitely gonna be like 71, 72. But again, the food we ate yesterday was more fatty than like protein wise. I'm gonna be real. Like the cuts of meat were a lot more fatty rather than and like the carbs as well was not much. I'm assuming like 72, 73. That does not make sense. Oh, that's kind of worrisome. That's kind of worrisome. 70.5. That is not. I was expecting like an entire kg, but I guess that makes sense because like I said, last night's dinner was more fatty than anything. It wasn't really much. It wasn't very dense. The cuts of meat were like, duck, chicken, lamb, but the pieces of meat were very fatty. But it wasn't like anything heavy. But that still doesn't really make sense because that does kind of not really make sense. I was expecting to be a lot heavier, but again, today we're going to be a lot lower calories. We're going to be going with, yeah, like I said, we're probably going to go back. We're gonna continue eating some meat, and then we're gonna eat some meat. We're gonna eat the normal veggies, and I'm probably just gonna only have like, depends on how much rice there is. But we're definitely not gonna eat 2K calories because we couldn't calculate it from last night. Anything else to say? Besides just readjusting from last night's dinner. Uh, Not really much. Don't think there's really much else to say, honestly. Today's schedule really is just what, editing mass. Yeah, but we're getting better at StarCraft too, by the way. I know I said I was gonna install it again, but it's kind of like, how do I say it? I don't know. If you just, what do I say? I don't know. If you just go back to Ark, as much as Overwatch and StarCraft 2 were like interesting, I don't know. Again, it's like not much story. It's more like just, it's more like just, you know, playing just for the, yeah. But I'm still gonna upload and edit the StarCraft 2 video, 100%. And yeah, can't wait for Crystal Isles. Oh, this is a lot of footage. Okay, I need to sort out what to do. Um, I think the first thing I need to edit is, yeah, I can't actually edit Earthlog. I think I'm gonna have to export the story first, transfer that over, and then, yeah, we're gonna just transfer that over first, and then, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, again, yesterday I was pretty annoyed because yesterday I accidentally got rid of 30 minutes of like story time footage. It was my mistake, obviously, but that did kind of piss me off because it was some good framework to learn. But it is what it is. And it's also raining today as well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today was pretty much. I'm gonna have to give you guys a story today as well, huh? Bro, and tomorrow we have to go to. I've got like an appointment to go to for like a dentist or something at 9. So, yeah, today's just gonna be mass editing. Sounds about right to me. Just mass editing. And we're just gonna eat the veggies and we're gonna probably eat some more meat and then see what we're gonna do with the carbs. But we do have to eat some carbs. Alright. Appreciate everybody. Alright, see you guys next time. Yeah. Sure am.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another story episode. So, instead of Mr. Nightmare, we're going to be trying out Whispered Diaries. Now, I just saw this when I searched it up on Firefox, so I just wanted to see how good this is. So, we're going to do probably 1 to 2 stories on this one and see how it goes, shall we? Shut up. Astra Wellness Scans. Cat. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin, shall we? 3 creepy. Oh wow, they have it. He has got a timeline as well. That's amazing. 253k subs. All right, let's listen to it, shall we? Let's go. Story 1. Lock in.
I
Bye.
was 18 at the time,
18.
and definitely far from being a mature, reasonable kid. I constantly got in fights with my parents over nothing, and would make it way more dramatic than it had to be. This day was especially rough, though, and my parents ended up basically kicking me out for the day. But being the immature, stubborn kid I was, I decided to prove a point by not coming back.
I mean, you are 18 years old now, my friend, so, you know, you're 18. You're an adult.
I didn't know if just for the night, or a few days, or really what I was even doing. I clearly didn't think it through. I was just upset. But after walking around town for a while, kicking rocks and eventually calming down, I realized the sun was gone and I needed somewhere to spend the night. I had buddies that I was sure would let me crash at their place, but I knew their parents would call my parents and make it an even bigger thing, so I wanted to avoid that. Again, I was an idiot. First place I thought of where I could be alone was this old house that had been vacant for as long as I could remember. I'd actually explored it a few times years ago with my friends, and during the day it wasn't all that creepy. Just an old, empty home. Figured checking it out and maybe staying there for the night would work, even if I didn't sleep and stayed up all night.
Okay, so basically, this person's 18 years old. They got kicked out the house by their parents. I'm assuming no cell phone, but clearly they said that there's contact. So he decides he needs to spend the night, but it doesn't matter if he has to sleep or not. Why don't you just like, I don't actually. What would you do in a scenario? Just go to a mate's house, alright? He did say that he can't go to his mate's house, so where would you go? If you're not, like, what's the point though? Like, is it really to just take shelter or like, you know? Because abandoned houses probably, I mean, it really depends, right? Are you just trying to shelter from the wind? Because you could always just sleep next to a building, right? Uh, do you need to sleep? If you were really homeless, where would you go? You would probably, I guess an abandoned building would work. I don't know, it really depends, right? It really depends. Like, how desperate are you in a needing a spot, right? Because, like, you know, I've already said this many, many times, but if you're in, like, really, really desperate need to, like, get food, just go into a grocery shop and eat the food there, right? Like, if you're really, really bad, if you, like, really, really need food, just go to your local supermarket and just eat the food off the who's gonna stop you? I mean, sure, eventually you get stopped, right? But then, you know, it's like, it just depends. I've always thought about this, right? It's like, who gonna stop you? I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. Oh, you're gonna arrest me, but then you're gonna put me in jail. But guess what you're gonna do in jail? You're gonna give me food and water. So, oh wait, hold on. So it's like, that's why I always wonder about homeless people, right? It's like, if you're really that desperate, you're homeless, right? You're homeless. If you're really that desperate, what do you need? A shelter, food, water, a place to sleep. That's it, right? Just go to jail then, right? Free. I mean, sure, you're not allowed to walk out anyways, but like, what are you gonna do anyways if you walk out? You know what I mean? I think Sensei talked about this too. How bad is jail compared to, you know, your 9 to 5 slave away job, right? You're working your life to what? Sleep in the house. Actually, never mind. That's a lie because it depends on the free time you do, right? But like, if you see some of these jails in the other countries, man, some of these jails are like straight up better than working. Like, literally, these prisoners, they literally got a device, computer. What they got to do? What they got to do is just stay there, right? You're not allowed to leave, but yeah, it is what it is.
I started walking over there. It was on a normal neighborhood street, but the road was cut off years ago and marked as a dead end. Past that dead end,
By the way, I'm gonna assume that this guy's a black person. Just, what do you call it? Pattern recognition, because Asians don't kick out their children like that. And I'm assuming it's a guy as well, because no parent would kick out their female, you know, offspring like that. And white people, not really sure.
was the abandoned, grown-over driveway that led to the house. I got there around 10 p.m. Of course, this was illegal, so I checked my surroundings the whole way there and made sure I was alone before sneaking past the gate and onto the property. It was surrounded by trees, so past that point I was good. The house was buried in the bushes. I almost couldn't even see it until I was right up next to it, because every inch of the place was grown over, like the forest was swallowing it from the ground up. But from what I could see, it looked exactly as I'd remembered from a few years ago. The broken door that I got in through last time was still hanging open, and the inside almost looked untouched. I'll admit though, at night it was creepy as hell. It was very dark. Every other door and window was completely boarded up. I knew pretty much the moment I stepped inside that there was no way I'd be sleeping there. But I was intrigued enough to stay and look around some more.
Okay.
What I was looking for, I couldn't tell you.
You're just exploring.
Anything interesting, I guess.
Facts.
I was only in there for a few minutes, getting to the staircase and starting to head upstairs, when I heard a couple creaks on the floor I was just on. I froze. They were footsteps for sure, and after a quiet pause, I heard a door open somewhere near the side of the house by the door I'd entered from. I felt a shiver go through my whole body.
Hey man, anyone
knowing
live in
whoever
here?
was down there was right by my only way out of this place.
Hey, you live in
I
here, my bad,
stood
bro.
frozen halfway up the steps, waiting to see what happened.
Hello?
I still had hope that maybe this person didn't know I was there and would go back into whatever room they were in
They know you're
so
there.
I could make a quick exit. But even more eerie and unnerving than them walking around was not hearing them move at all.
Yeah, same
It
situation
was
as you.
like they were waiting for me.
So the same as you.
After I think 10 full minutes, my mind started thinking that there was no possible way they hadn't moved. Maybe
haven't
they
moved.
went back into the room very quietly, or even that there wasn't anyone here and I just didn't hear it right, and the door opened on its own. Regardless, I had to leave at some point, even if it meant running past someone and sprinting straight out the door.
Bro, you're gonna scare the hell out of them.
I quietly stepped to the bottom of the stairs and peered around the corner, not seeing anyone.
They're probably
Then
scared.
I walked to the next corner, looking down toward the open doorway. A man stood directly in front of it, already staring at me. Before I could even react, he called out, telling me to stop where I was. It was dark, but I could see he didn't have normal clothes on. He had a uniform, which I instantly pieced together that he was a cop.
What?
You shouldn't be here, kid. Why are you out here? His voice was deep, but also kind of slurred. I nervously just said sorry, that I would leave right away. He stood still, like he was thinking about my answer, before taking a step toward me.
GG.
Did you come here alone?
GG.
The way he said it sent chills through me. And now a little closer, his uniform looked off. Shadows covered his whole body, including his face, but I could still tell that it didn't look right. It was distressed and loose. The man was tall, but skinny, and it looked like the uniform didn't fit him correctly.
Huh?
Like it was too big, or like it wasn't his. I still couldn't see his face or eyes though, which made this whole interaction even creepier and harder to figure out. I didn't know what to say. I asked you a question. Speak up. His voice grew deeper and more demanding. I was so scared I said yeah, that it was just me. He took another couple steps closer. And what was it you were looking for out here? I shook my head like I didn't know. After a second, I could see his face move in the darkness, which I think was him smiling. And then he turned and walked toward the room I heard him come out of. It was entirely pitch black in there,
Hmm.
He walked right up to it and leaned on the door frame. "Come here," he said in a half-friendly, half-horrifying tone. I stayed frozen. He stood up a little taller and pushed the door open even further,
GG.
telling me again to come here.
Uh-uh.
Everything in me knew at this point that he wasn't a cop, not a real one. And now that he was by the room, he wasn't blocking the open door to the outside.
Run.
He was still just a couple feet away from it, but I took my chances. I sprinted straight for the door. I saw his arm reach out as I passed him, and felt his hand grab onto the collar of my shirt, choking me for a split second before he lost grip and I slipped away.
That's crazy.
I sprinted non-stop all the way out of the woods and across town until I made it home. And when I got there, I found a cop car in the driveway. My parents had called the police to report me missing after I hadn't shown up home after dark, and not hearing anything from any of my friends' parents. I honestly was still so horrified and in shock from what just happened that I didn't say anything. I also was scared to admit to the cops that I broke into the abandoned house and possibly ran from another officer, even though I was 99% sure it was a fake cop. The fact that those two cops never questioned me about the vacant house should have been enough to tell me it definitely was not a real officer I ran into. Because if it was, every officer in the area would have been radioed in with a description of me. Now I take full responsibility for the danger I put myself in that night, purely out of being a dumb teenager. But still, I don't think I deserved whatever the fuck was waiting for me in that room.
Nah, you kind of deserve
Had
it.
I
What are you talking about? What do you mean you don't deserve it? You took all those actions to go there, so you know it's like it is what it is.
assumed he was a cop and listened to the man in that house,
So what do you learn from that, ladies and gentlemen? Don't go into random houses. That's pretty self-explanatory. Also, don't trust any humans. Like, just don't. It's not worth it. I already told you. The most scary thing to encounter in the wild is not a human. Not a human is the most dangerous thing. Not a bear. Human. Brain. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Righty ho, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna go one more story. Well, we'll go one more. We'll go one more. Actually, how long is this story? I'll give you one more. Actually, no. We're gonna be editing some StarCraft now. I still need to do that work. I might as well edit live and see if I could narrate it, right? So where was I? I was up to here. What do you mean media offline? Still be there. It is. Okay. So where was I? I was up to here. Normal people now. So edit that. Yeah, we'll edit over there. Okay, I don't really speak in StarCraft at all. So I'm gonna edit all of that. Gonna edit all of it out. Don't think I speak at all. I was late on the gas. Whoops. I was late on the gas. Whoops.
Ready. TV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. Can't wait.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready. Sitting around. You sitting around. Got. SCV. Can't wait. Affirmative. Can't wait. SCV ready.
Yeah, these Reapers came into the base and didn't grab the Thor and killed it real quick. They tried to escape though, but yeah, they died.
Orders received.
And I'm pretty sure I just mass rushed in with Thors.
No
Hmm. I'll cut to there. Yeah, where I approached the base of my Thor.
SCV ready.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure it died pretty fast.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then it got deleted by that.
Be ready. Yeah. SCV.
Yeah, I built more factories.
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
And then I think I took the gold base here as well.
Our allies are being attacked.
Huh? I'm going.
Mineral field depleted.
Yeah, build multiple bases there.
Attack. Our allies are being attacked. Being attacked. Allies are being attacked. Upgrade.
Yep, build more
complete.
factories, done, and then I'm gonna edit it out so we get some action going.
Mineral field depleted. Our allies are being attacked.
Then gonna edit more out.
SCV ready.
So teammate purple there,
Our allies are
seizure
being
attack, and then I'm pretty sure I brought my army to them as well to help out.
SCV ready. Lay it on me.
Our SCVs are under attack. Our allies' base is under attack.
I'm gonna cut more, and then let's see if I find anything interesting.
Is under attack. Allies' base is under attack.
Yeah, Banshee started attacking my base.
Base.
On my way. Have it. Boy.
Our allies' base is under attack. Our SCVs are under attack.
I need an orbital base. I need an orbital.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Need an orbital.
Oh,
Our base is under.
go ahead.
Our ally.
Go ahead.
Our allies' base is under attack.
I'm gonna actually edit that out right here. Okay, I'm just gonna. Well, am I recording? This is how I edit things. So yeah, I'm gonna just be quiet now. Bye bye.